So for Riobamba, we were trying to get at something in the vein of this Ecuadorian music. And when I listened to that, I was struck by how similar it was to old-time fiddle tunes, where you have a simple melody in most cases, repeating on some pattern, and there's two parts, and you play this part a couple times, and you switch into the other part. And the melodies, they really sounded like if you just put them on the different instruments, it would it wouldn't think twice. It would be some Appalachian tune. So, on one hand, it was easy to think of some simple melodies, but it's also tricky when since I know a lot of fiddle tunes in the key of D, it's hard to find something that isn't already something. That isn't already something that I play. But that's what I tried to do, and I was thinking about the vibes of tunes like there's one called Jack Wilson that I like to play that goes like. Or even a tune like Soldier's Joy. But there were some interesting chords that I had to sync up with, and that's kind of what pulled me a little outside of my usual well-worn paths. So at the beginning, when I'm playing the melody here, so far like pretty straightforward, basically arpeggio stuff. But then the chords compelled me to play, which is a line that I'm sure I've never played in a fiddle tune. I can't remember what the chord is there that happens, but that was kind of fun, trying to find something that synced up with that and to get my fingers used to doing it. I'm also using some classic Appalachian fiddle tricks, like using bow pulses. That's where you use the remainder of a bow stroke when there may be a rest in the melody, to just fill in a little pulse that adds rhythm where otherwise there might have just been empty space there. And then on the second part, when we have a G chord, but I'm sort of intentionally not ever making it up to G. And that's an effect that I've noticed in a lot of Appalachian tunes, where the melody kind of intentionally doesn't sync up with the chord, and it leaves a little tension hanging there. But I think it works really well. And sometimes I'll do some variations if I'm feeling it, where I may actually go up to the G. And it's always kind of a fun game to see, like, can I on the fly improvise a little improvisation here and still land on my feet a few measures later. But then we also have these interludes between parts where we just go into a rhythm, and then we feature the percussion there. And there I'm just trying to lay into a nice sort of shuffle groove, like. So using a few different bowing patterns to get a nice rhythmic feel, and that's kind of a nice little breather to do there before we redo the melody.